What's up, sports fans? Gomes here, back again on another video with MLB The Show 21, just around the corner. Approximately a 4-month corner, albeit. I want to talk about some things that, they really have to nail home. They have to get right in order for MLB The Show 21 to succeed. MLB The Show 20 was not a bad game, assuming you don't play franchise. It did a lot of things right. It did some things that they could have done better. So we're going to address a lot of the stuff they could have done better and new stuff that they could implement for next year, revolving game modes, just different features, the whole nine, one might say. So hopefully they shoehorn in these ideas, or maybe they don't. Maybe they suck. Time will tell as we get onto this one, but the time's coming up for you to leave a like down below on this video and subscribe to the channel. Or else MLB 21 might actually get delayed. Words coming in, so better do that. So let's get going with the first one, and that's multi-platform. Now, many moons ago, about a year today, we saw Phil Spencer, the sex box god of gaming, come out with this tweet, really bestowing a nugget of hope for those not on PlayStation consoles, that they will finally be let loose from the tyrannical monopoly that RBI Baseball is having a stranglehold, the John Cena FU on, PC players, Xbox, and the Switch. RBI Baseball, if you want an MLB licensed sim, technically not sim, you're gonna have to walk through RBI's door. But for no longer. Or maybe for a little bit longer, maybe for another year. So it's confirmed. What we do know, that it is coming to the Xbox, it is coming to the Nintendo Switch, which I find pretty funny. Not necessarily this year. It's confirmed, but not confirmed for MLB 21. Would love to hear it. We've not heard news. Time will tell. Again, what is confirmed, the only thing that we know is it's going to be coming in hot on the PlayStation 5, and it's going to be coming in slightly less hot on the PlayStation 4. It's going to be on both consoles. We're hoping for more, but this is all that we know so far. And the reason why it's going to be so big is for 3 reasons. Money, players, and cross-platform support. Money, because obviously they're going to earn more fucking buku bucks for more players buying the game, of course, on different consoles. Not many people are really willing to shell out $500 for one singular game, but there have been those crazy enough to do it. So money that can be used for more developers, more talented gameplay developers, more people on the franchise team, licensing rights to more legends, so on and so forth, that could really help the game grow even more with the expanded population, with more consoles, more people willing to play the game, and then cross-play. Some consoles, I don't see Switch really booming. I could see potentially multiple minute wait time to find a game in the spring training division. So cross-platform support could counteract that. So I really hope multi-platform is introduced this year. Kind of coinciding, making a nice little transition into that one, is 120 frames per second support. Now, 120 FPS is still quite rare. You'll see, of course, PC games can easily, with that kind of muscle, get up there. But the PlayStation 5, we're just now getting games up to 120 FPS. MLB 20 on the PS5 only goes to 60. But again, MLB 21, a game that's actually made for PS5, is going to really get up there, pushing it to the absolute limits and getting it to 120 frames per second. And trust me, I am salivating from tongue to taint, just thinking about it. I need all the handicaps I can get. I need all the advantages I can get. So you best believe I'm going to be snorting G Fuel, eyes rolling into the back of their head as I enter an unconscious state of barbaric skill while I match up against 10-year-old Tommy, whose gaming resume extends only as far as Fortnite. Well, he's playing on his Nintendo Switch on a nice car ride to, I don't know, Mount Rushmore, Niagara Falls, and now I'm going to put the fear of God in him with this 120 FPS PS5 MLB The Show 21. Well, he's playing on his Nintendo Switch. So please, bring crossplay. Please, bring 120 FPS support. Now, getting into a bit more of the fundamentals. Weekend League. Now, this is an idea, of course, I'm borrowing from the well-respected publishers of Electronic Arts. True innovators, EA is. They seemingly every year find new ways to get money out of little kids. Or rather, the parents of the little kids. Weekend League is, a good mode. However, the premise of it more so is each week there's qualifiers for the weekend league, which is a much more competitive, much more blood and guts, gory kind of experience, not for the faint of heart, but those that want to challenge. And, you know, however high you finish on the leaderboards, however many wins you get in X amount of games, you're going to get better rewards corresponding to how well you performed. Now, this would be a great parallel, again, to what I was talking about with bringing in multi-platform, because let's face it, all jokes aside, it is simply not fucking fair for somebody to be on a PS5 compared to a portable Nintendo Switch. It is an... you would be hard-pressed to actually lose that game with that kind of advantage, even myself. So this would make ranked seasons actually a bit more casual, which I do think is a good thing to have happen, because it would leave a spot in Weekend League for the more competitive players who want the better rewards to go after that. Not going to be in ranked season so much, so the ones playing on a Nintendo Switch, the ones who haven't had too much online experience, it can be a bit more fun for them, which is a common complaint that I do hear. Not one for myself, of course, absolutely not. Evolution programs. Wouldn't you believe it? There's 5. 4 were at launch. 1 was on Jackie Robinson Day, which equals 230 days since our last Evolution program was introduced, which really sucks, for lack of better term. Was when they first announced Evolution programs, I was led to believe it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be something much akin to the old days, how we had the starter to prime flashbacks in MLB 16, MLB 17, and I think they can still do that. So what I would love for them to do, this is an idea that I thought of for their headliner packs. Now, they have their one featured diamond in each of the headliner packs, of course, and then what you do on top of that is you put a bronze, a silver, a gold starter card that has a mission that you can create a diamond player, much like you would have in MLB 16, except these would not be near as rare. I remember the Mauer silver card went for 200 some asinine thousand stubs. I don't think that should happen. It should be a lower entry price so people can still do it. Make the odds so the cards end up being, I don't know, 20, 30K or some sort. So it's not free, but it is affordable for those who want to do it. And it's another way to get cards. I think kind of how we all assumed Evolution programs would work this year, and you'd be able to get some cool shit. You know, they would have a little bit of grind, some missions, some exchanges, some moments, and you get a diamond card. Think it could be cool. Really big squander. Wonder why he didn't do it this year. Please do it next year. One of the best things they did with MLB 20 is introduce prestige programs. You do out the card, you get a better variation of a card. Problem, there's a bit of a hitch in the idea, at least in one's opinion here. Let's take a guy like Juan Soto. So prestige cards, if you don't know, they take every attribute and they increase it incrementally by 3 points. But you run into a problem. You run into a labyrinth wall, such as Juan Soto. +3s, what is that used for? A +3 on his power against righties, which isn't really noticeable. +3 on his vision. Woohoo! Bunting. Durability. You don't get hurt in games. Good attribute, good boost, really going to help out. And negligible notices in defense since he doesn't jump up a shield. What I want to happen is, instead of getting +3s on everything, making it uniform for everybody, what if we got 20 to 30 points that we could put on any category that we want? Of course, keeping the 125 cap. So instead of having, you know, more of a bullshit Juan Soto that isn't really better in any standpoint, you're not really going to notice any actual boost on him. Let's say I have 20 points. So I'm fine with his offense. What if I want to have 73 speed? That's how I want to build Juan Soto. It's way more personable. It gives more choice to the player, which, you know, isn't really too hard to wrap your mind around. That's a good thing. You want that to happen. If somebody wants to have a Diamond Defender Juan Soto, is it completely realistic? No. But again, is Juan Soto Babe Ruth? Not sure. Have not seen yet. Find his cards. Jacob Stallings is a fucking 99. Never use the word realism in with MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty, alright? Capiche? So you can really drive these cards how you want to? What if I want to put 10 arm strength and 10 speed? Or what I would probably do is 10 fielding, 10 speed. So he's going to have gold defense, a little bit better at speed and left field. He's already great hitting wise. So I think it just adds more depth, like I said. That's a case of you have somebody who wouldn't really benefit on a lot of those attributes. Let's take a guy who would, who isn't maxed out in about anything. Jimmy Rollins. Again, give him 20, 30 points. You can really mold this card into something that is a lot more fun, a lot more interesting comparatively to what everybody else's Jimmy Rollins would be. If I want to put all 20 points on power, I can do so. If I want to max out his fielding and speed, I can do so. I think it would just be a hell of a lot more fun and add some variety. Variety is a good thing in life. It is. I shouldn't really have to talk about this one too much. Can we have a feature where we can save event teams from each time that you lose out? So I'm just gonna, let's say I build this team. It takes me 10 minutes to build because I don't like the preset they have. So I just assume that I'm, actually building it to full capability. I'm taking 10. How is this not under limit yet? How many more pitchers? Okay, finally. So I have that. I lose out 2 games. And I have to do that all over again. It seems pretty easy. Why not make it an option? Save event teams. So you don't have to do that each and every time. Real uniforms. Ask yourself this. Do you enjoy 25% of the games you go into, your opponent has a full Pornhub kit decked out in advertisements like an erotic NASCAR driver? And trust me, I'm a big Pornhub fan as the next guy, but come on. Wouldn't it be nice to have some of these new uniforms? Nike presumably is going to be making a lot more intricately designed jerseys. So you saw how they took over the NBA, the wacky designs they have over there. It's probably going to happen that we're going to see some in baseball. We saw a lot of new teams change their uniform layout last year. So I'd just like to have these as an option. I know Ramon Russell said you're building your own team. Okay, what if you don't want to? Or could we at least have multiple saves on pre-made jerseys? So if you want to change them, if you're doing a theme team or something, so you don't have to rebuild those each time, you can just have multiple saved presets. And finally, less pause time. Do you know what I could do with the amount of time they allot? Adding more time in between innings. I could cook a hot pocket frozen to finish in the oven. I could sit on hold while Xfinity support connects me to customer service. I could play Stairway to Heaven on my guitar here. You get the fucking point? There's too much time. More time than you need. Seriously, how many shits do you intend on these players taking during a 9-inning game? It seems to be 2 to 3. It's absurd. You end up getting about 10 plus minutes if you use it all when it's all said and done in a ranked seasons game, which I don't know about you. I don't usually like to, slot out an hour of my schedule just for a singular game. Please, just uniform 5. That's all you get. No more added on. 5. That's pushing it. Maybe 3. That's gonna do it. That's 10 things that I think would monumentally improve MLB The Show 21 regarding multi-platforms, how well the game plays, different things that they could add in Diamond Dynasty, franchise mode, a lot of stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Perhaps I missed something that would really make MLB 21 a much more pleasurable experience. But until then, I'll ask you to leave a like down below on this video again. And until then, you can talk to me on Twitch, GomesDaLegend.